Direct versus salmon. Potato bag, double carbonated, sugar bag, oil, oil एक सेट कर दिया. Let's sell the tomato. Lame, predicted. का सेक्शन में पे कुछ नया डालना हो तो यूट्यूब पे We hello Aditya Dublushi. Students next में नया क्या है digitally ये सब कुछ इसमें diffuser diffuser लगा কি কইছো বাবা? এই प्राइस सेट कर देते हैं। रेड साइड या पे सारा स्पेस कवर कर लिया। भाई लोग ऐसे हम सोच रहे कि वी कैन डू वन थिंग, और हम लोग कभी फिलहाल एप्लीकेशंस को बिल आउट करते हैं, ठीक है, एंड और जो पीसी को लोड कर देगा वो तो बहुत कुछ है ना, बहुत सारे गेम्स है, क्रेजी नंबर गेम। सेल कम हो रहा है कि
On Domino's checkout. Coupon expired. Invalid coupon.
तो अपने कपड़े प्रेस कर रहे होते हैं, खाना खा रहे होते हैं और क्यूआर कोड लगा है, उस पे पैसिव इनकम चल रहा है, भीख देते रहो उस पे स्कैन कर करके।
हिमांशु भाई 10 पैसे डाले, थैंक यू हिमांशु।
ये नोटिफिकेशन देने में गूगल पे शर्मा गया, लेकिन हमारे ब्रिजपुर का सूर्य कुमार यादव इसमें भी थैंक यू बोल रहा है। ये गरीब की माँ की। और ये हिमांशु की कौन सी फैक्ट्री चल रही है भाई, जिसके चलते तूने 10 पैसे गूगल पे किए हैं? यूपीआई बनाने वाले को भी नहीं पता होगा उससे 10 पैसे भी ट्रांसफर हो सकते हैं। इससे ज्यादा तो बिजली का खर्चा आ गया होगा टैक्स सपोर्ट का। यार समझ जाना, जिस दिन भारत में हर यूपीआई ट्रांजेक्शन पे चार्जेस लगने लगे ना, वो इन उल्लू के पट्टों की वजह से लगेंगे।
ये सब तो चलते ही रहता है।
10-10 पैसे की 100 ट्रांजेक्शन कर रहा है, इसका बैंक अकाउंट फ्रीज करने में आरबीआई वाले भी शर्मा जाएंगे। साली इतनी 10-10 20-20 पैसे की ट्रांजेक्शन है, इसके तो मेल लिखने में हमारा कीबोर्ड ज्यादा महंगा घिस जाएगा। ऐसे कई सारे ई बैगर्स इन दिनों बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, इंस्टाग्राम पे भी, यूट्यूब पे भी, और इनको लोग इन पे दया खा के टाइम पास के लिए 5-5 10-10 20-20 रुपए दे भी देते हैं। ये नकली सूर्य कुमार यादव अपनी एक स्ट्रीम से आराम से 300-400 रुपए निकाल लेता है, और तुम सोच रहे होंगे कि दिहाड़ी एक दिन की 1000 रुपए हो गई, फिर भी कोई सीमेंट के कट्टे उठाने वाला नहीं मिल रहा। अरे भैया, खाते खाते 2 दिन की दिहाड़ी 1 घंटे में हो जा रही है, तो मेरा लन उठाए सीमेंट के कट्टे 3rd फ्लोर तक।
करंट पुलिस सेंड किए बिग सुपर चैट, ओ माय गॉड 2100 रुपए की। और
ये कहीं सूर्य कुमार यादव का डुप्लीकेट बन के जाए ना, तो इसे इवेंट में कोई 200 रुपए ना दे पूरे दिन के, और यहाँ 2000 रुपए की सुपर चैट। ऐसा क्या कर रहा है भाई ये? 2000 रुपए की सुपर चैट हो रही है इसे? नए पूरे 4 घंटे बैठ के गेम खेलता, ना कोई एंटरटेनमेंट है, ना कोई रिएक्शन दे रहा है। मतलब ये
That's why it's Judge, a Bulldog and a Guardian to round things out. Purpo's going to be within range to punish on the back of Nats' util if mates decide to progress onto the A site. It's going to look pacey towards short here, I think, on the back of contact.
So Mini, if he gets more than one here, that would be one. The fact he's even slipped up this far,
Let's do some
Nats.
VCT.
In a really tough spot. Beepo flies in. I guess, hey, that's all he needs. That's okay then. You can die to the spike as much as you want. Nats gets cleared. And they're already starting to push
Gentleman's
up
ball variety
towards
में
the
cancel
likes
goes
of
for Team
Purpo, who's
Liquid.
none the wiser. He is dead to rights. Beepo's having a round, and he needed one. Take some of that pressure off him, mates. Pushing up to 12 with an in-zone flawless.
Beautifully done. Again, it's not a pacey hit, but later on in the round, it's certainly ferocious. Beepo want to really be large and in charge here. So decisive to just go forward and remove.
Good to
That's
see.
key piece in terms of Liquid's defenses here. Conceding a lot of space on that cypher setup. Very happy to see that one. His mates up to 12
10-4 जीता था
now.
Liquid में, crazy on a pick of team M8. This gentleman's.
Here in terms of inventory. Still Hunter's Fury here, but Bladestorm popped by Beepo. Looking to
Yeah,
close this one
okay.
out here and now.
Yeah, this is where it starts getting a little bit more concerning, right? But Miniboo's still on the case. So this will play here as the TP gets taken towards the back of B side. So looking to facilitate the cross, but all looked a little dodgy there, but it's fine. They make up for it. But now you can see that Hunter's
Needs a
Fury
big
pop.
connection.
He's going to have a little bit of a reveal and not seeing too much damage done, but Camo on the case, already going to swing in. Dealt with by Mini and Starzo. Still trying to do what they can. Team Liquid fighting back on the side, but the spike made it out in time. Mini didn't stick around too long. So Beepo, can you make the difference now? There's no one to stop you on A. How far do you go?
See the pings coming through. I mean, Liquid's still way behind this. Certainly taking their time to consider, I guess, a lurk previously on that B site after scrambled a rotation towards A. But stacked up
pressure.
now, Beepo. Bladestorm could go huge here to close out Ascent.
This could be the moment. That's certainly the start he was looking for. 2 more knives, but he doesn't want to outstay his welcome. He's baiting. I love it.
Oh! But ये Purpo is crazy good.
Cam in play.
And उसको मालूम है, Purpo को मालूम है main में नहीं ये main में trick था. अच्छा.
And he's going to hear it.
Purpo is good. Purpo is good.
Big shot from him as well.
उसका एक सफेद बाल वाला player है. Yes, this way. Crazy player.
Sort of close out rounds, but Purpo going to extend play.
Last में starts होगा.
9, Team Liquid. Again, initially, this looks so awkward, so shaky for Liquid to maintain control of the big site, but on the back of a couple of shots here from Nats,
नहीं चल सकता.
able to stabilize under the pressure. Can certainly not
कल
out
Liquid का क्या lose हुआ था. It was pretty unfortunate, I guess. इसके साथ था. Liquid versus
of Ascent. Makes to call another timeout,
Fury था क्या?
just to catch their breath a little bit of
हाँ
check-in
नहीं
here.
Fury तो उसमें अमेरिका में.
So I still think when I look at the mate side, they don't have that full comfort yet, right? They have new coaching staff in, probably a little bit of a new system to work through, and making sure they just keep things in hand, right? Make sure you check back in on the players. Make sure that they are on the same page at all moments. 12-9 feels like you're right there, but it's always that last round that's the hardest, right? And it can slip from you.
Talk about closing out, it's been a recurring theme across the region for some teams. Hey, it's not necessarily fallen victim previously, but here on Liquid's map pick, do not forget, they are leading by 3. Camo's ultimate available here. There's only a neural theft for Mini, so Liquid want to make a push here. Probably starts with this round. Miniboo and Nats just one away from their ults. Certainly a slight advantage there, but still, they need to stabilize in terms of the economy. So these last few buys have not been pretty, but keeping their head above water. So we enter round 22 here on a set.
See what the pace is like from Mates. It's really calm. Deep default over towards A as well. You can see how far back it's at here.
Glyph's position is any indication of pace. They are expecting aggression somewhere. Maybe an early trap play. Want to mitigate the risk of Miniboo maybe finding a kill, but he's on a judge.
Look at Martin है ना, उसके लगता है नजर लग गया. Martin did really well past few matches.
Camo probably ready to ult reactively on the back of that drone here, but
here it is. You're spot on. Camo goes in, takes away Martin, can't get the follow-up, that's fine. He's at least hindered the approach. Now Nats on the swing, and it's a miss. Not what you wanted, but Purpose there. Camo absolutely on the money. In zone flawless, ready to go.
Popped his ult halfway already. That's what you want to see if they want to string together a couple of
Are
rounds.
we going to see map 3 guys? What do you think?
Certainly got that back in hand.
And I was worried when Nats just couldn't seem to hit one of the 3 targets he had.
What's key is though, I think Bebo's position is noted. Here, Camo completely bypasses him. Then catches him on the re-swing. Beautiful stuff.
Man, I'm gonna be like, I love Ascent. How many times do we see these sick aim moments just seem to happen over Switch, by Boathouse, by Mid? It's always just like Demon 1 comes to mind. But we see so many of these nice little moments.
Send what we want to take
Don't take it out on
Please
them.
map.
12-10.
I'm sorry, please map.
Soft on indeed. Ult just missing here for a couple of players of Liquid, but like I said, it's only the neural theft available for Mates. Again, the fun started to dwindle. They have chipped away at the finances. Starzo brings a Guardian in here. Finally, rifles in hand for Liquid. Repo. I mean, Spike alongside this as well.
This is
Leading the
committed.
charge here alongside Glyph and Martin. So be very careful.
Okay, he's bested Camo, who was the kind of key figure in the previous round. Did they get to snowball forward? Nats is playing deeper off site this time, not committed up towards, I guess, lane. Okay, a little bit of info now. They should be able to scale across. Wayne's caught Martin, though that's the spike then lost in the paranoia on the chase here. Wayne needs to deal with the trip, that's fine. And they are just hunting them down, but so are Mates. 33 HP on Mini, but they're still going. Wayne still in the fight, takes away Starzo. Beepo back into business. The damage is, though, adding up. Look at Beepo's HP. That's
got the spike, by the way.
That is naughty.
This is foul work.
my
Wayne's
God.
watching it.
Wayne.
I knew it was
Wayne, you're watching!
He's watching the mini-map.
Oh, no way! That's how it closes! Beepo with the 4! 13-10! We're going map 3!
Absolutely insane from the Mates here to close out here. Beepo really firing up, trending upwards in this series, and delivers a map win here for the Mates.
God, that's got to feel so damn good for them. And who knows how that changes going into map 3. We've got a sideline interview ready to go.
Stark, so this is turning out to be an absolute banger of a series. 1 map left, 1 lifeline. How are you keeping everything calm and composed for the last map?
I think we do the same things, you know. We keep composure. The comms are a bit chaotic, you know. We're a bit nervous, stressing a bit, so we need to keep each other calm, keep each other accountable. And I think the last map will be banger as well.
How do you keep everyone comfortable as the IGL?
I make sure everyone is calm, you know, the plan is set, and like nobody is playing outside of the box, you know, so we're like on the same page all the time.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna let you go enjoy the rest of your team. Thank you so much. Good luck with the next map. We're gonna be heading over to a quick break. And the final map, the decider of this series, is up next.
Women will what kicker.
Wingman World while wanting a well-worn break. Vamos!
I can teach you code in Python in just 30 days, even if you've never written a single line of code before. How? Simple. In my 30-day Python using AI bootcamp, you don't learn to code the hard way anymore. You learn to think like a developer and let AI do the heavy lifting. I'll show you how to use AI tools that senior developers are already using every single day. Tools that write code for you, explain errors, and into working projects fast. Day 1, you're building your first script. Day 15, you're automating real tasks. Day 30, you have a portfolio that actually gets you hired. No CS degree, no coaching institute, no 6-month course. My students, people who were in your exact position, are now working as Python developers, data analysts, and AI automation specialists, pulling 18 to 25 lakhs per annum, not because they memorize syntax, but because they know how to build with AI. This is the skill companies are desperate to hire for right now, and it's only getting more valuable. So click the link below, join the 30-day Python using AI bootcamp for just 199 rupees. Seats are limited, register now before it fills up.
In the ₹9 workshop that you're providing, what all do you cover?
In 9 rupees, you'll learn how to automate your reports, how to automate your presentation, how you can create entire applications without having any coding knowledge. And not only that, you will be also learning how you can work with AI agents as well. And all of this in just 3 hours. Just imagine.
Wow, that is amazing. But there's so much to learn and you're charging only 9 rupees. People are going to think that's a scam. Is that true, or like how do you go about that?
So you need to understand why do we charge 9 rupees, right? So we want to make it democratized. As many people as possible should be attending it. So I don't want price to be gatekeeping for them in order to like take their first step towards Gen AI. So that's why we have kept at ₹9.
Okay, that is great.
Team did that you were especially happy with?
I mean, I think every aspect of the game, like I think now you see glimpses of the gentlemates in the kickoff. Team play, communication, everyone is locked in, we can process information, we are playing as a team, so I mean overall, like good state of rough first map, it's a never easy task, 4 rounds, but now bounce back, fully locked in, so answer is I'm happy about everything, if you can say.
Happy about everything and fully locked in. Whilst that's a good start and whilst their dreams are still alive, you have to close it out. You want to keep going in this playoffs. And honestly, same could be said for Team Liquid, because whilst they didn't win this map, it was close. It was back and forth. At any point, it felt we could have been sitting here with Liquid players having an assessment about how they won. Obviously, generally they came out on top, but it didn't feel like a dominating way. Just they did come out.
Yeah, I think the difference in this game for me was the inward change from Zebronics side. I think that we saw Starzo increase his performance from the last map. He was having a bit of a rough one. We saw glimpses from Martine and Mini, and then also at the end it was Beepo who was closing out the game.
Yeah, I think those last few rounds in particular it was Beepo. I think that obviously that was the one that we were kind of critical of. I think Mini as well is someone that we have to come back to, someone that we were pretty critical of coming into today, and someone that needed to step up their performance, and I feel as though just his presence on what side he was on the defense was a real threat to whatever Team Liquid were attempting to do. So yeah, I think that they definitely stepped up individually, but also as their coach said, just seeing that synergy come through from them overall.
What rounds, what aspects of those individual plays did you enjoy so much, Vinny?
I think for me, when we talked about Mini in the defense, what I quite liked was that Cypher play. Like, it felt like Team Liquid were hesitant at times to go into sites, and like Mini had a lot more success, I think, than that with that Cypher. Team Liquid were running into these setups quite a lot. It was only a few instances, but like honestly, it was some typical Cypher play here, just in the camera the entire time. But yeah, like a lot more confidence here. Like the Mini at kickoff would have been picking that, getting 2 kills. I feel like we've been missing that this stage.
Yeah, we literally, I think there was a clutch that he was in and we were like, oh, Mini kickoff would have won that. But yeah, I think, no, he definitely stepped up. He definitely gave us the kind of things that we were asking for and looking for. And being able to, the positions that he was playing in as well, I think is fair to say, Mini, being able to catch Team Liquid off guard.
Yeah, I think even just that clip before, we saw Team Liquid running into one of the trips, and I'll be honest, like when you got Nats on your team, you would suspect that your team would be well adjusted to knowing how to play against the Cypher.
Yeah.
Seeing kill trips get value in this meta is a little bit concerning, I feel like at times.
Yeah.
So yeah, Team Liquid got a little bit of homework to do too on Ascent next time.
What's the, when you say, that's true, there's the next time, what do you mean there's those concerns? Like what?
Well, they've got the Neon and the Phoenix, and they're running in a bit too quick against the Cypher, maybe on the XX, and like it's pretty simple. You just run up to the trip and you break it.
Right.
Like you
and
don't
they're not even
run
doing
through
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes a little bit more sense. And looking at those two sides, we're hyping up Mini. You're enjoying some of what he's being able to execute for himself here on Ascent compared to Nats, where we're wondering.
Yeah, I think that
Showing up not the
I
same
keep calling him the GOAT of Ascent on Cypher.
Yeah, Mini has
and
been glazing Nats, and I feel
not
like
been,
this
Should be
playoffs, we
glazing
need
Mini.
to see it. We've not seen it.
I think Kakuka gave some good analysis yesterday where the other team was just avoiding him. So I can't give like clear analysis now whether it's teams avoiding him or its setups are getting a bit kind of stale, or teams like, if I was playing against Team Liquid, I would be prepping against Nats specifically. It might be a combination of those things where he's not getting as much value right now.
Well, you say this, we literally saw that in the Vitality game the other day, where there was so many times that they recognized that Nats would be on that lurk, and they were sending 2-3 players to go and deal with that lurk before they were, say, going into a post plant or things like that. So I think, yeah, playing against Team Liquid, teams definitely are aware of these kind of things that Nats has done, because he's done them all throughout his career.
Sure, and there's also just a lot of evidence out there. There's a lot that you can get, but I want to get some more evidence here, or at least some more information. That's hopefully coming from our Team Liquid coaches.
You're headed into Fracture now. Do you think M8 will keep Martin on Veta, and what does your team needs to focus to get the W? I don't think so. They're gonna play Vita, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna keep the Vito. I think it's just play any variation of double Lewis, I would say. I mean, just need to focus on the details, honestly. A lot of micro scenarios that we could have won, but at the end of the day, I think we just need to reset and go to the next match.
There's always just those small things that could have won out for you. There's always a little bit of what ifs, and that's what I admire, is to just be able to look at what is next, which is Fracture for them. Try and start with a clean slate and realize it's down to this one map. You can almost treat it like a best of one, and it is just everything needs to go in with nothing about what just happened in the last 2 hours.
I also have to agree with the coaches there about the Vita. I don't expect to see it. If I do see Martin Vita, I will be very upset, and I might just go home early. It's so not fun to watch him play that. Like, he is a person with a lot of firepower, a lot of skill. He is one of the win conditions in the team. I think when he's on that Vito, he's just so away from the pack and not with the team.
Yeah, it feels almost restrictive of his kind of play style usually, and I know that they have spoken about it and about how it could be compared to the Yoru, but let's be honest, it can't really be compared to the Yoru. But for Team Liquid, we've obviously not seen this Fracture from them at all throughout this stage, so
I will be staying here for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'd be blessed with Mini's presence.
We're going to see Martin on the Phoenix, but another thing that we're going to see is Purple on the Breach Mini. Now, I know that you've not been the biggest fan of Breach. I think he's got pretty good utility to fight for that A main space.
I think given that Liquid have not ran a Fracture yet and it's coming out fresh, playing with a double duelist Breach and all-in style, they probably are going to play a very big strat roulette on this attack side. Every single round is just going to be, let's do our B strat, let's do our A strat, let's do our crunch strat, and it's just going to be that over and over. And because Gentlemates don't have any footage on that, it's going to be a pretty good time for Team Liquid.
So you actually think it's the inverse of what we just saw on Ascent, where it's actually Liquid won't be very predictable. It could be anything at any point in any round.
The predictability will come from the fact that Gentlemates should know this composition strength is just sending it quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the actual micro of knowing where to dodge certain stuns, where the pathings are happening, they're not going to have that information on Team Liquid.
I think as well, something that we need to consider is obviously the signature ability changes that happen on these initiators. You're probably only going to be able to have one breach stun up at a time throughout a round, maybe max 2. And so that's the consideration that we need to have, is when they're fighting for space, when are they utilizing this stun. I think as well, something that's interesting is that they've opted for that Killjoy. I
Yeah.
think against this Raze and Phoenix, yeah, it'll be able to slow down the Phoenix, but you've got a Raze that's just going to be
To an extent, and you're coming off a very good win from Mates.
Yeah, I think not seeing this from Liquid, you're not necessarily caught off guard by the composition. I do tend to agree with Mini in terms of the Killjoy versus Cypher discussion here, but again, it's all about how they're going to utilize Nats. I do, on the flip side of that, I mean, a Breach alongside a Raze and a Neon, in terms of coverage and a site execute here on Fracture, in terms of being able to get on the other side of, you know, potentially a site and stun somebody in, the coverage is absolutely insane.
Yeah, this
Wait and
is...
see how this...
I mean, it's pressure, and I can't get enough of it so far. However, we already have a mad brawl. Sorry, we're all just
Cypher versus KJ.
People's got two of them. It's all gone a bit
Spike
mad.
as well.
Now having to figure this one out. Paint shells thrown. They're all on this. Mates standing as for the power of friendship, Michael, in full effect.
See here on the X-Ray, everybody huddled outside the smoke. Camo 27 HP. Martin to clean up a pistol round gear from the mates. Proactive, decisive. They find exactly what they want to on the other side of this. Engagement, the spike dropped here so early on. Allows them to take control. No hesitation whatsoever from the side of Gentlemates.
If that's the method, that's how it works.
I mean, this is the one thing, right? The other side of this being the early round does lean towards Mates being able to take control. You can get ahead of some of Purpo's setups if it's not to clear this initial space, as you see here in round two. Minibu looking to get very aggressive on the back of that stun, but shut down here by Martin. Oh, the easy clean up here.
Flash was nice. I mean, it was tough to target, sure, but you love it when you see it.
Coming into this as well, Nats on a Guardian. Going to be a much slower round from him. But you need to see Liquid make a response here. It needs to be confident. Mates, ready for the brawl once more. They're going to have company on the other side of this.
The 13-10. We're going map 3. And nullify that early threat from Martin. So Mini being like, okay, let's play this a little bit careful.
They're going to get right behind this lockdown.
They'll be so fast to
Four
this.
zero
Now, I
on
think
the
for Mini,
grid.
this is fine, but they're challenging so early on this. I thought mates would maybe wait a little bit longer, but they're going for this one. Yeah, they are not stopping. The W key is not being unheld. Mini now strikes towards side. Wayne does beautifully in the back lines. But there's still a couple of problems here. The fact that Mini's still free on the site. He's taking away Camo! Starzo! Mini! Flying over the top! Respect is earned here. Nothing's given. 5-0.
Mates read this so well on the back of the lockdown. And they're able to get into a position to actually remove it. Because of this Phoenix wall, Martin can get onto the angle so easily. Very short.
I thought they were overzealous, but they weren't.
No. Couple of response skills found. What is down to Camo?
Oh.
Frustration on the face of Mini Boot. And you gotta feel it, yeah, 5 rounds. Mates barely missing a beat. I was gonna say, bear in mind, last time you saw us week 4, they lost 13-4. They're 5-0 up versus Liquid right now. Starzo with Camo once more.
They're having a vintage performance from Starzo too. He is fragging right now. 9-3 on the board. Good fight back from Liquid. Actually, with the plant in hand, but look at the hunt here already. You've got Beepo on the back lines. He's starting to fire up himself with Martin, who's not really stopped. That's waiting. He just needs to live 2 bullets. Oh my god, don't make a mess of this. I mean, it looks like they are walking on water for mates. Everything going right.
6 rounds unanswered. And a chance here for sure for Liquid to convert, but So much damage done on the way in.
Oh,
forced into recovery mode when they've not even scaled up the site comfortably. I mean, there is a world where Nats is able to just do the most ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
Get on the back of Martin's ultimate. The smiles back on the faces of the mates.
You may notice a slight pause here. There's been a lot of standing up, so this could be a headphone moment.
A headphone moment.
We'll see. I'm turning. I'm seeing two
We're getting back
admins
in.
on
Yeah,
the
we're
main
getting
side.
back in.
You think
100%,
so?
yeah.
Good?
There's not enough going on down there. Martin's in a 12-2, by the way. In the opening 6 rounds. With Starzo, though, you even said it, back to historic form. Sitting at 9-3 as well. Now have a showstopper and a neural theft for Beepo and Mini. Mates really hitting their stride. And the opening of Fracture. Orbital strike here for Wayne, but Purpo and Miniboo just missing one. Like I said, there's just been minimal resistance here in some of these rounds. They haven't really felt close in a lot of them, Lauren, and I just... You're saying you were maybe starting to get concerned. Now I'm very concerned.
Yeah, I'm also concerned because I was also seeing Nats talking, so it might be his problem here, something going wrong on their side. Do want to confirm that. Obviously, Techball's just showing up now. Once I know, you guys will know at home, obviously. But for now, we wait, right? It's 6-0, as we kind of talked through. This has been Martin absolutely flying off the handle, 12-2, huge form from him. But it's not been just that solo endeavor. I mean, Stargate right there, he's having a killer impact. Beyond that, though, Mini 0-6, he's barely even started.
Yeah, like I said, this has not been a lot of resistance at all. Liquid barely able to put up numbers in some of these rounds. Very, very concerning start here to the decider. Well, there is still a problem, but hopefully we get something in hand. One away from the Rolling Thunder for him.
There we go. Okay. Good. Not sure what happened there. Fingers crossed we don't have any more issues. You don't see that kind of plaguing anyone at this sort of critical point, right? Stands very early contact towards Dish. A dump of utility on top. Starzo not backing away though. Up for the challenge and gets cleared this time.
Cool. And Beepo removed here on the showstopper. If able to get ahead of this util, but caught now by the boombot, will be revealed. Neural theft to go in here after Wayne falls. Martin just lying in wait. You catch a Miniboo and Purpo. Mates are just running away with this already.
I mean, come on, what's going on here? Yeah, it's Martin having an absolute whale of a time, but where's the fight back, Liquid?
Wait a minute,
Do you really want to go out with a whimper like this?
Martin going to get himself past halfway to another ultimate. Said Liquid barely even having a chance to invest into some of these. I mean, Martin just runs rampant from this position. The neural theft sets it up perfectly. Closes out with a third as well. 7-0 the scoreline. This one a break, but a little different here. It's Liquid. Almost hit the panic button. It's going to be a very difficult conversation to have after this start. On the brink of a, I won't say a massive ult cycle. I mean, it's Rolling Thunder and an Orbital Strike, the big ones to really open up around, but
yeah.
Second time out called before round 8 even starts.
This hasn't been close. That's my concern. I feel like at no point Liquid have been able to stop what we're seeing from mates. I don't want to chalk it up to maybe. Where do you look in this sort of blowout, right? Like obviously you've got a player going kind of wild, right? Martin's having an absolute time, but beyond that, where do you look at the stopping power then? What do they have?
Yeah, I mean, Liquid haven't necessarily had issues in terms of getting to site. A couple of times they're being caught off guard with like camo falling, but then they get the spike down. I was in a lesser buy as well, but it's just coming down to, I mean, Martin farming in terms of some of these engagements. The timing that happens as well. Liquid finally get a chance to catch their breath in a post plant. He's tucked into main to remove any hope of stabilizing in terms of positioning. Like I said, it hasn't been really a chance for Liquid to invest much in terms of the first ult cycle. They've already lost. here, sitting on some of those key ultimates. I said really leaning towards opening up around. Mates, how tucked as 4 in spawn, just ready to play rotations. Liquid yet to show their face. Now walk in, but again, this is going to be difficult coming out of a timeout here where we are expecting a little bit of a fight forward from the mates. Not going to be apparent here. Beepo got to be careful about
Let's
the
see.
Set a little deep. Wayne doesn't catch with the spam. Rolling Thunder onto site here.
Here we go. One turns. And Beepo delivers. Mates again. Everything is hitting for them. Every shot is hitting. No plant yet. That should be next on the cards here. Liquid trying to find some stability first, but it gets removed in an instant as Miniboo called upon to elevate beyond expectation. Looks to the left, looks to the right. He's outgunned, he's outnumbered, and they're looking like they're out of chances. 8-0.
It's just getting back
This is attacking
on
you,
track
right?
in terms of the synergies. I mean, just everything hitting. They're all playing together here. The questions around Beepo being ahead of the curve previously, certainly not the case here on Fracture. They are fighting as a unit and delivering round after round.
Hey! Miniboo, stop baiting them! Come on, bro!
Beepo finally with a chance to be on his feet here, giving it. Rightfully so. Mates are simply outclassing Liquid here on this decider. Mini put the task once more, delivered a number of rounds in this sort of situation.
Oh, he has, and he is there. Finally overwhelmed. It's a trade. It's really just Miniboo. In this, trying to get himself some sort of upgrade, pulling around as Martin closes in.
Smoke's dropping there. In an awkward spot now. 2v2, but certainly equipment advantage here, and Martin posted on this angle. He's got a read on the situation.
Away though. Playing it safe. And this pause from Liquid might at least get them a plant.
Where's the closest rifle though? I mean,
don't think Miniboo knows.
lockdown
He
here
looked.
could be very decisive. But the cut of sound has left the mates wondering.
God, I feel nervous.
Mats is considering it here to even buy a bit of space.
Yeah, there it is. It's
alongside
call
the
to
plant.
action.
Spike
But he can't get off site. He's locked on this with a stinger.
Well, he's got to worry about rafters. He can't.
Yeah. Tries to just get out of there. Okay, the reposition.
And Miniboo got a scope.
Going up.
That's all they
They're
can hope
both
for.
full shield though.
Okay, clear on dish. Nothing. Still got a little util. It's going to force the hand of Liquid. Martin makes it across unscathed. First salvo of bullets going, but it's clean from Martin. The adjustment. And now the defuse. Yeah! Wait and watch, Team Liquid. You are not in the driving seat today. 9-0. The march hasn't stopped.
Again, the plant location forces Liquid into such an awkward position. Again, I'm not saying this is just a given, right? Plant somewhere else, but they have to get into main. They can't bank on playing close up on site.
This is not even fair, to be honest. This isn't even fair. Like,
He's right, yeah. 9-0 the scoreline.
And this is the reality check, right? You've had your 2 timeouts. This is when you're watching London, the chance to go to London slip through your fingertips. You've had opportunities. You faced teams in turbulent times. You thought it was all lined up. And then today, you might have just met your maker. Mates then looking to get active. Martin just feels like he's on cloud 9 here. Man to the good for Mates. Liquid just fighting for some space. But it's re-cleared. It's re-checked.
Oh my God, Starzo.
He is a machine
ये
today.
लोग का रिकॉल भी जाके तकलीफ लग रहा है.
In individual ability. Barely making it through A main.
Position now a 2v5 for the remaining members of Liquid, and look who's tucked into the lines. Mini
No way out, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly present in some of these rounds, but will be relied upon in this sort of situation. Once more, knives in hand. Wayne will trade, but now it's a 1v4. The damage all but done here in round 10. It would take a miracle to get their first round here.
30 seconds left.
Only an ultimate, Nada util left to bail him out. Give away his location here with the sound cue. I mean, he's just got so many people to overcome.
Even with full util, you'd still be imagining this going Mates' side, let alone with 12 seconds. Star Zone, exceptional round, 10-0. Unbelievable scenes here.
We see a 13-0.
I couldn't take it.
ये वाला तो स्टार्ट में मतलब तो कुछ भी था.
But it certainly feels that way. Have a little bit of a delay once more. As I said previously, as soon as we know, we'll let you know, but a chance here to really mull things over. Certainly not much of a discussion to be had.
No.
Trailing by 10 here in the decider.
Yeah, a little bit of attack just coming in, but...
Lower bracket, need I remind you.
That's the thing, isn't it? That's the... I mean, the beauty and the cruelty of it, right? It asks the most out of these teams. And again, you looked at map 1, right? It feels like a lifetime ago. Split feels like a totally different game between two different teams. And now, obviously, Ascent was the reality check, and this just feels like we've fallen down the rabbit hole. I don't know how deep it goes at this point. It's 10-0.
Problem is ये लोग enter नहीं कर पा रहे. क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे enter?
Not really been able to put up any sort of convertible position. Said it's got to weigh so heavy on the minds of these Liquid players. Again, certainly a chance to win Ascent themselves, but
yeah,
Mate's able to topple them there on their pick. So just think back in terms of damage control, that first half of Ascent, I think Liquid probably ticked the box, right?
Yeah.
Mates were in control of a lot of those rounds and still kept them in check. Mates were the
Exactly.
ones to run away
यही हो
with
रहा
the
है.
second
परंतु
half.
की जगह अगर ये बीच ना लिख के
Running
फेड
away with
देता
the decider.
better होता.
Again, if you are just tuning in, just to let you know, this is a tech pause. Neither teams
The opponent is better.
call any of these timeouts here. And obviously, if you're mates, you have no reason to. You're 10-0. Why would you bother? Don't give Liquid
They
a
should say
timeout.
that, but
It's
it'll
what's
be
gonna burn both.
competition
That initial go
game
things.
better.
And this, I think this is the tough part as well, because there's always that chance, right? The teams get better in playoffs. Generally, you'd have imagined Liquid would have held a bit stronger throughout this to an extent, and even there was the lower bracket looming.
This is so far away from the, even just like the baseline consistency in terms of performance here for Liquid that we've seen throughout stage 1. Let's, again, put an asterisk next to Santiago for sure, but
sure.
The age-old tradition, really, for Liquid. Yeah, this is way out of the realms of reality of what I thought we would see. Even here today, and then seeing the veto. Like I said, this has not been a strong map for Mates.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, one win, one loss, but you watch the games back, and it's not certainly not feel like, okay, yeah, we lean back on this heavy in terms of our map pool currently. But they are blowing Liquid out of the water.
And I think in my mind, this kind of goes back to, it's just that hit of performance, right? You look at Vitality, the reason that Liquid got into the lowers. Vitality elevated at the best time possible, right? It's you hit your stride when you hit playoffs. You just make it in cool, we are carefree, we run it, we do what we can. Mates, again, I don't think they had the best group stage, really. They didn't look all together. Exactly, it was like, okay, they're not looking like they used to.
By kickoff standards, I mean.
Yes, exactly, right? Like, in comparison to when we've seen them kind of looking globally. And you kind of think, okay, but maybe Martin has a map, or maybe, you know, you get a mini resurgence in form, but you just don't imagine the stars aligning like this. But this change up in coaching staff, also incredibly important, and such a risk for Mates to take. Again, you can see Kundi there. This is something that they've had to do, that they felt was necessary at this point, and it seems to have worked for them. And I guess high risk, high reward. For me, the fact that they went for those changes was so bold. And again, if you were wondering, it is, I believe, a microphone issue. So that is what they are working through currently. Once that's good to go, we go back in, and we'll keep you updated as we know, obviously. But yeah, Mike, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Decent week?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I think obviously games aside as well. I think it's nice to sit back and watch what happened yesterday for sure. I said I'm still a little stunned on here by what we're seeing today. I mean, I've said this a couple of times throughout this year. It's like you look at EMEA this year and it's just another one of what the hell is going on? And now we're here in a lower round one game.
Yeah.
We could start 13-4 up, map 1.
Yeah, and
now we're here on a decider, and they're trailing by 10.
It's wild, isn't it? It just feels so wild. Just to keep you guys up to date.
I would love to see a pickup check, just like everywhere.
Yeah, good luck.
For the next
there is just a cop-ops check going on right now, just because of the issue. So that will, hence why it's taking a little bit longer. And as soon as we know the outcome, we'll keep you guys up to speed. But again, bear with us here. Obviously, in moments like this, we do want to make sure everything is tickety-boo, everything's in line. How do you think EMEA's chances are going into London? Because I've been skeptical until I saw Vitality looking better. I still don't feel good about overall chances, but I think that's kind of brought me back into
I'm pretty heavy on Vitality and Foot right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
like
yeah, I think so. I think if Vitality can ride the wave of, well, I say ride the wave. Carry on from being gifted the opportunity, let's put it that way. They absolutely, again, they nailed, in terms of the checklist of what needed to happen, they nailed what they needed to do. But it would be, somebody was saying, oh, Vitality going to do an EG, where it's just like, they didn't even qualify themselves, and then they go and do what, but I can't say I'm convinced by that. That's the sort of thing I'd love to see. On the other side of that,
I'm with you.
I'm so heavy on Foot.
Okay, no, I actually that's a sentence I'll leave you with. But I actually kind of do see the EG world we're discussing, right? That because in reality, if you're going to prep against like a team going to London, like Vitality is, do you look at their group stage? Not really, because they don't look like that. Okay, and then you've got like what, limited playoffs to look at as well.
And seeing what else is going on around the world as well. Then I'm thinking Vitality.
I kind of see it. And like,
I'm not saying we're not, mate. I want to see a deep run.
Yes,
I want to see a deep run. Like I said, this is the team start of the year that we're like, yeah, every international bare minimum. Now they need to come and actually deliver.
Yeah, well, because I think it's the first time we saw that like higher potential, right? Like I think that's the first time we got to see like that window of, oh, this is what we were all waiting to see. This is why we all backed at every international in the year.
Oh, okay, so lower bracket. What are you hoping to see?
I'm getting up here. This feels horrible to call.
Call me a cynic, but again...
Okay, so after this game, assuming whoever wins goes on to face Eternal Fire, right? So that's
which again, what the hell is that lower bracket? Like the top side is like Fnatic Heritage, and you have Eternal Fire waiting to play out as well.
But could you imagine London without Fnatic? And I hate to be that, you know, peddle the narrative, but
I can't.
It would feel wrong.
I'm on the payroll, like everyone knows that. It's
and I'm just gonna put it this way. In my mind, the way Fnatic lost against Vitality, they like, as much as you could.
Fnatic always looked great though after a loss.
Yeah, it's like wake up.
Yes.
Wake up. Because they looked a little asleep at the wheel to me, right? Like that was a big thing in my eyes. It's like they just got dictated to completely. There was no layer of adaptation coming in. Alpha looking tilted. That was did you watch the game like?
Yeah, like I said, you never want to piss Alpha off.
But then he's picking up an Odin, and he looked so out of sorts. I hadn't seen Fnatic look that out of sorts in so long. And I'm like, but I know they have capability. I think for me, it was like, okay, I need to see them slip into. This isn't a lower bracket anymore. We need to treat it like an international. We need to be ready for, like, if we face Eternal Fire, they're going to walk into smokes. We're going to need to be locked in with Heritage. We need to be so prepared for these guys. And I just don't see the same old mistakes coming through. You know, like that little laziness to it to a degree. It's not laziness. I don't want to call it like that. There's a gear shift to a lot of the teams who can go international. I need to see it now from Fnatic, though.
To follow on from that as well, I think with the changes we've seen with Mates in terms of, and again, I'm not saying it's a positive change, don't know the inner workings, but we can only really base off what's been tweeted and what's released publicly. I would like to see Mates get back on track. If this is the turning point for them to make a run, hey, I'm here, because I was so disappointed, and I wanted them to do well in Santiago, but I was so disappointed with Mates and BBL, to be honest.
I
In terms of how we
completely
started this year, I would love to see Mates get back on track. I really
It would be cool to see, and in the nicest way, Valorant still feels like one of the biggest momentum games there is, and like weird confidence X factors. How
Any
many,
given Sunday team.
literally,
Yeah.
you look
And
at
they're the most
Wolves,
exciting
you look
to
at these
watch.
sort of like teams that go on these mad, crazy runs that become kind of iconic in nature. I think a game like this, let's say Mates qualify at least with this in mind, right? This obviously that's just we're yapping here. We could go to the desk, but we're waffling. But at this point, if
Why
this
does Vex never join us?
oh, just come up here. Don't challenge Nat. She will. Like you,
I know Nat will, but Minnie's just like.
nah, he's
laughing.
well comfy. He is well comfy, isn't he? Yeah, he's having none of it. He's got his hair done nice, and he's just not moving. We can't go inside the desk. Can we?
We go down there.
Should we go down there? Okay, we're actually gonna join them on the desk. We're not. We're lying, but we are gonna go down to the desk. I guess. Theoretically, yeah, with the cameras. Nat, how you doing down there? You holding on all right? Is Minnie keeping you company? Is he being well behaved?
He is being extremely well behaved, keeping me company. I'd also like to set the record straight. I did ask if we could join you or if we could do a full-person conversation. So somehow you guys read my mind at the same time that, yeah, I was asking it as well. So it's interesting to see Liquid get a little bit roll over here, Mini, and then it's like, oh, tech pause, and you have to feel on what feels like one of the hardest maps to do, where it's like Liquid aren't even showing up. Maybe they need this tech pause themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good momentum breaker, but it's, 10-0. So, I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I will also say, gentlemen, I hope they're better at Valorant than they are at rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I'm
Best of
1-0
three.
on my team. Like, he might be good at Phoenix, but he's not very good at rock, paper, scissors.
I won 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah.
The other was just better.
So hopefully the Valorant best of three goes a little bit more for them as well there. But it's so rightly possible because now this is like stacked up low bracket where cool, you might get this really fun win over Liquid if the map goes is where it's going, but you're gonna go up against Tunnel Fire literally tomorrow.
Yeah, the Tunnel Fire have been looking really, really strong. I have been impressed with Gentlemates though. I feel like I'm kind of back to kind of face the fact that I kind of lost all hope for Gentlemates in this series completely. I feel like my map 2 analysis was pretty much, yeah, this is over, GG go next, but it was pretty good.
You've done that. You're like 0 for 2 on that now because you had lost hope in Heretics earlier. Yeah, well, I was still trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you literally doubted Heretics earlier, and then you were doubting
I got
Gentlemen.
carried by all those players that qualified to London, and now...
See, it was actually them doing all the strats and all the anti-stratting.
That's no strats.
Okay. Well, look, we've asked and we've begged, and I know the casters asked as well, but we're also going to get them to join us. Not in person, but we're going to talk to each other. Hello, how are you guys going?
Yeah, not bad. We're chilling up here.
Wait, if I stand up, can you see me? In the background?
You need to like move over.
Oh yeah,
you can.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, we're simple creatures, but no.
I can't do that.
No, you.
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah.
There's
There's a vertical issue on the other side.
Poor old Mini. No, but I like you called out Mini and his cynicism in any aspect. It's like halfway through a game, it's like, now go wrap it up, we're going home.
Yeah, wrap it up, we're going home. Has Billy gone home?
Yeah, Billy's off.
Billy's left.
Yeah, she genuinely has. But yeah, bags were all packed. We thought this was done and dusted, and then an audio issue. Your audio is fine though, right, guys? Well,
What did you say?
that is such a dad
I was
joke.
just now panicking Alberto, man.
Yeah. Alberto's there just sweating bullets like, guys, we don't even know how to do this 50-50 normally. You be nice to us, all right? This is a whole new world. I don't know. I don't know. This is deep out of the playbook. I like the way you're just critiquing production at this point. We're so far down the rabbit hole.
Feedback.
In the channel, mate. In the channel.
There's
Come
a form,
on.
sorry.
There is a form to be filled out, but yeah, Mini, how you feeling about the game? Are you all aboard the mates train?
Give me something hard hitting.
Yeah, some real analysis here.
You want some real analysis?
Yeah. I think
I
headsets
liked,
on.
Gentlemates had a very good defense proactivity, I feel like, on Fracture, which is what you want to see on a Fracture.
To this extent, normally?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, I feel like they've been running away with the game, so it's really easy to be proactive to this extent. Do you think they normally want this?
Round 1, round 3, round 5, I feel like those early rounds were defined by that, and I feel like I wasn't hard enough in my analysis on Team Liquid's composition coming into the game. A very one-dimensional comp, the all-in kind of style, and I feel like trying to make this conference a bit more well-rounded.
I mean, you were kind of alluding
Yeah,
to
I was
that as
going
well,
to say,
right?
there's like the one big issue here is getting ahead of the breach, right? Not having the opportunity even set up to all in onto a site. They're having to all in onto areas of the map that don't really net them anything early on in the round, and then mates, unfortunately, just rolling with that momentum in some of these.
I want to jump in and give you guys an update while you were yapping about the comps and all that sort of stuff. Some of the reasons why we're having this technical pause. There was a audio issue where one of the players couldn't talk to the teammates, and so because of that, we made the decision to roll it back and replay the round to get that competitive integrity back. So that's why we're taking extra time to make sure that everything's all fair, all even, and that we're going to get the best that we possibly can out of this map number 3. This elimination map number 3 too.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's one of those things where you don't want to have any doubts about it or any like lingering feelings of, oh, but what if this
Week of VCT EMEA we're on.
But yeah,
I mean,
it is kind of part of the course. No, this is
We've
fine.
had way worse than this.
Yeah, normally it's left with us, and then it goes really off script. I feel like they brought you in that to keep us somewhat in check.
I felt like we were doing better than Americans at one point with the tech pauses, but this might have, we might have lost the war.
That was a very short period of time, though.
Yeah, but I think yesterday they had a couple.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
They had a couple.
Oh, so they're just giving it to us now. They're tech pauses and they're like, well, you guys haven't had enough, so you can have some too.
Yeah, thanks. I'll blame Albert for that.
Yeah,
Not
actually,
Alberto, we blame Albert.
Yes,
I'll open Slack and he's just there grinning at me. So have fun. I was just because I think yesterday it was was it Van's headset had that nice doubling sound on it as well. That really added to it. I was like, good, I'm suffering through EG and I have Vans 4 times playing to me, poor guy.
You can never get enough Vans, though. Come on, man.
Well,
That's crazy.
I'm gonna play a game with you guys, right? Whilst we're all having fun watching Valorant, we're gonna play a game together. I know you thought it was gonna be me keeping you more on track. No, I'm trying to derail you even more. Right?
You don't need to try.
Okay, go ahead. So the premise of the game is that we have like 4 quadrants, a spectrum like this, a playstyle spectrum, and we're gonna place each EMEA team on.
I thought you put us on it.
Well, that was already a given.
Well, this is easy.
I mean, yeah, like work.
Right at the end is where I'd put you guys. So you got the calm and the aggressive on the x-axis, and on your y-axis you've got, I can't even read that. What is it? Mechanical?
I think we should do each other first.
Strategic.
Who's more mechanical or strategic, Pansy or Hypop?
Oh, we're doing the cast.
Oh, I think it's good.
Doing us in. What is going on?
Calm or aggressive?
Well, I don't think we can vote on ourselves.
I've heard Hypop in League of Legends. That man is aggressive.
That is
I do remember. He's going on the aggressive.
He's been unchat banned since he made the account, I'm pretty sure. So
I think he's going to be strategic aggressive. I think he gets mad when you don't have good macro.
I'd almost like actually some of these because I'd like to put like I'd put Bayer in like the calm aggressive kind of spectrum.
Passive aggressive.
Not passive, no, the calm aggressive. I'd
You
put
got
you
a calm
towards the
aggressive
top
when
of
it's the
strategic.
same.
yeah. Any aggression in there?
Unrealized aggression, I'd say to you.
Unconfirmed damage.
Yes,
We
yes.
don't know the psychological warfare I've pulled on my teammates, but there's a
I'm
chance.
full mechanical aggression.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you put yourself in mechanical. I thought it was going to be strategic aggression. I was halfway
there's
there.
nothing strategic about it at all.
He's swinging. He's swinging
I'm
every round.
swinging.
He's wide peeking every round. Mini, where we put a mini? I think he's
calm strategic.
You think calm strategic?
He was a coach.
Yeah, but he did
vanilla
come like
mini,
6th at Epic Land, so like, I know he can give it, right? Like I know he can give it. Like you don't make it out of an Epic Land without learning to give it a little bit of something.
We don't have to go all the way on calm. We can put him like
a little up. Like
yeah,
a potential.
Where it's like on the calm side, but
that's
like
not our logo. So.
Well, you can be
teams.
Got it. Got
The
it.
producers are trying.
They are trying, yeah.
God bless you guys. God bless you guys for trying, but we will derail the show if we have to. It's fine.
Okay, so
it's a threat.
bring the logo back up.
Go on then.
Right,
Come on
liquid.
then.
Where do we put liquid?
I think it's a calm
Right
strategy
now,
of just rolling over.
Is this
Calm
right now?
strategy of
During
rolling
this
over.
series?
Yeah.
During this series. Ooh,
Yeah.
how calm
Get them
are they?
off. Get them off.
Put him on the very bottom left.
Bottom left right now. Bottom left. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Doldrums, yeah. But I mean, traditionally, where they wanted to take themselves would have been aggressive, mechanical, I guess, get in your faces.
But then, how you say
Lohan's
Nats
catchphrase.
not strategic? It's
I
hard
mean,
to.
Nats just does his own thing, man. The rest of Liquid.
We're doing like the 4-1
yeah,
split.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
we could get Liquid and then Nats' face elsewhere.
Oh my god. Alright, what about mates?
I'd say
this map alone, I mean.
The The only time he'll have mates.
Yeah, this map alone, let's go aggressive mechanical.
Yeah,
I mean,
High,
very proactive. Right up.
Why is Mini just
off
grinning?
the charts.
Yeah, perfect. Mini, why are you smiling? I've never seen you this happy. What's happened?
This is just nonsense, isn't it?
What am I saying on the game?
No, just this whole thing, isn't it? We're just
This is his first real tech pause and he's losing his mind.
It's because, it's his last day this week. Like, while we're going to have more Valorant tomorrow, it's his last day this week. He was already
I was thinking about sleep already.
Mentally, it's off the clock, and they're like, it's a tech pause.
Take the makeup off.
We've all been there, then a turret happens,
That's why he's like, I don't even know what we're doing right now. I know Fnatic, where would you put current Fnatic? And you should have the say in this
They're
one.
not very aggressive, are they?
Not very aggressive, yeah. I'm with you.
Calmer strategic side, I think.
Yes.
Strategic.
Probably.
Like maybe not.
But then it's like, is strategic opposite mechanical?
Yeah, well, that's
like
the thing, exactly.
I think
calm in
mechanical
the
is like
middle.
firepower. It's like you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're just hoping that you'll outgun them, you'll outpeak them, like you'll just win the duel.
X-axis in the middle.
I'd kind of put them like calm side, but on the line. So we're kind of
Further
like
up.
saying that they still have kind of. I mean, because mechanically they do look nuts.
Yeah, not bad.
We're losing the screen, so I can only assume that means our tech pause
Unless
is...
I'm
Yeah, well, nice try.
Okay, this might be the last one then. What logo? No, describe the logo to me. Okay.
You have to call it now. You have to call it because we're going back into game. This is all you, Chief.
I'm going to go aggressive mechanical.
Perfect. Love that. Outstanding. One of us. We are back underway. Thank you for your patience and look at the round of applause, folks. Look at that. Oh my God, we've been rewarded.
The first time for everything.
Shout out to Nat and Mini for joining us. I do appreciate you guys alleviating some of that. And obviously we kind of have to refocus here. 9-0. It doesn't make the scoreline much better.
No.
But
it doesn't.
But here we are.
Back in a position now for. Yeah, and obviously to take note of the change in the ultimates here. Still an orbital strike available for Wayne. See everything as it was previously. Starzo and Martini with ults to invest. Certainly be a test of the mental here to come out of such a break here and breaks the momentum really that Mates had. Martini looking to play off some of this early info. Again, utility removed. Liquid don't capitalise on that. Don't progress further forwards. Just left drifting back and forth here. Info posted up, operator in hand for him. Could be rewarded. Massive, he's going to have 4 bodies on the other side of this.
Just getting himself comfy on it. Yeah, really nice for the first. Trying to almost contact up past Arcade is pretty ambitious, but orbital strike goes through. Yeah, Martine going to find Nats. This feels a little wishy-washy. And Mates looking pretty easy on the angle, even not even bothering to turn the flash. Oh man, this is similar scenes, isn't it? 10-0.
Well, 10-0 for the second time. Mates certainly not affected by that. Liquid looking to continue here, but a dry swing on. Again, this is the sort of thing that you talk about this composition in terms of clearing out, in terms of coverage. It's this tower position. There has to be pressure towards it. It has to be suffocating for Mates to be able to comfortably sit and play that sort of spot with what's available. Again, a stun, the paint shell, that even here, the orbital strike available. If you want to roll the dice, stun into tower, invest the ultimate, take a trashy free kill to open up a site.
Got to do something with it. Mini Boo again. Where's the
Don't
set?
shard
Where's
this.
the thing to work off? It feels like he's just sent into the blender. By all rights, this could be the first 14-0 we've ever seen.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
I was really proud of that.
I can see you look at me. It's like,
I wrote it down and everything. I was like, yep.
That's what you've worked on during that hope. Start. Really good paying attention to the game. Camo all away from a showstopper here. Boombot sent forwards. Liquid still. It's the same again, drifting back and forth. Again, the criticism will be around. All in it.
Attacking map में ऐसा हाल.
It's something that this composition leans towards. Mini Boo sitting at 2 and 11, removed from this round. Mini, the position. Cage trigger. Do real damage once more.
They're just drifting on the map, but actually Camo's got them a kill here. Oh no, but the cross is being watched.
And he's revealed.
Camo's just having to play it forward. It's just so desperate. Wayne, Camo, Parpo, pick yourself up, man. Beepo's having a tear! It's 4 for Beepo!
Give him an ace.
From the absolute depths to this level of performance, leaving Parpo in a 1v4, watching the time tick away.
They want to give it to him
They
as
want
well.
to help him out here. He's trying to be stylish. He's
60s
on it. What are we watching? It's 11-0.
An ace from Beepo here. And if anything is going to rattle the confidence of Liquid, it's this sort of round. Yeah.
Where's the pressure? Where's the smokes? Where's anything?
I mean, just look at like the timing in between these kills. I mean, I respect it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it slow. I didn't say how close he was to it.
But I like the idea.
Yeah. Liquid obviously buying back into this, but it's shaky, missing util, no ultimates to invest. The final round of this first half could seal their fate here. Need to be tested once more. For the first time, they're really scaling towards a site, but they're picked apart here. Spike ahead of this smoke. They have to recover once more.
The fundamentals falling to pieces here. You can see it. Kill by kill, round by round. Divide gonna go through. 1 minute still to play with. They have some options, but
Impossible.
this is devastating viewing. I don't think any speech will save him now.
Into a reposition. Not sure if he was noted ahead of the divide there. That's a freeze. I mean, he doesn't have any utility to reveal the lay of the land here. But Nats on a rope with a Guardian versus the Phantom. Takes a ton of damage. Has to close out this kill, and he can't do so just yet. Mini down to 62.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Spike noted. Miniboo now finds himself in a 1v4. Martin to close the account. A 12-0 first half here, Lauren. Devastating scenes.
Yeah, genuinely blown away here. Credit to mates for their absolute quality they're bringing. But you're watching a team fall to pieces live in front of you.
30 seconds left. One enemy. Spike down.
Craziness.
Red Bull gives you wings.
हम लोगों ने जिस मोमेंट से देखना शुरू किया, उस मोमेंट से एम्बेड क्या खेल रहा है, ये जनरल गेम्स। There is really no comeback. It's impossible. 12-0 से कोई भी comeback नहीं कर पाया।
You're not wrong. 12-0 is actually the scoreline here. Lower bracket runs. Looking like they're falling short today. Team Liquid. You got anything left?
the fourth 13-0 in the NBA, third this year. Mixwell farming within the drafts in terms of these results.
But what it would be is the first 14-0.
Yes, yes it would.
Well, you could be watching history if Liquid do not get this one. Camo doesn't spot it until now. Fast on the trigger is Mini, takes him away. Mates want this done, but Miniboo stands in their way. He can at least remove Beepo. Okay, Wayne joins in on the account. It's now Mini, Martin and Cliff still firing. Miniboo desperate to hold on. Team Liquid claw one back.
Miniboo straight up on his feet. A long road back into this.
Just laughed.
Just first ticket. I think Nats has lost his mind.
We've all been there, mate.
All been there.
Not around for Miniboo, though.
Yeah, I mean, going down swinging at least.
We got one round, bro. Hey, we got one round, brother.
First objective, prevent the 13-0.
The second?
Second here is to piece together a comeback.
Could you imagine?
I don't want to.
But could you? Could you?
No. No. No, I don't think I will.
Okay, fair enough, fine. I'm out here selling dreams, man.
Hey, give me a few rounds to believe in. Maybe we'll talk in 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's always 7. 7 is where it can happen. It is not there yet. And Liquid just need to stay the course at this point. They have better weaponry, they're fine. They don't need to look at the score ever.
I mean, yeah, just don't press tab.
God, don't do that.
For about the next 30 minutes.
Hard for a player. A little bit of a pinch set up there, but Camo gets out of it. I miss Purpo on any other agent. Oh.
Being given the orb here. Camo on the second attempt towards Arcade.
Okay.
Around the houses here, I mean, Miniboo actually guarding the other side towards Dish. And even so, if, I mean, Martin just die. He'll get another orb regardless. Be able to open up the next round with one. Gets a ton of info here.
Yeah, all good. Good so far. All good. All good.
Cleaned up, 4 left standing.
Nice. 2 rounds.
Get themselves at least a chance here. Bonus conversion required, obviously. Get everybody up to rifles as quickly as possible, but make no mistake, needs to be flawless. They cannot make a single mistake here.
No Martin rounds. He's one away from ult.
He's one away from ult.
Let's go, boys.
I mean, even outside of that as well, everybody looking flush just yet on the side of the Liquid. Still 2 Guardians, a Bulldog here for Nats. And mates do it here in round 15. Close things out. Liquid exploration inside Dish.
Come back, go back.
Very
No
quick
chances.
to an angle in towards main.
Just on it, vertically getting
Free ultimate here for Martin, but I think
Over
Nate's probably going to
peak.
get what they want if they wait long.
over aggress.
Do they have the patience now after what was one of the most aggressive halves I think I've ever seen?
Please.
Well, let's find out. Just on the timing. He was on that angle for so long.
Yeah, he really was.
They've cleared.
But I mean, there's so much housekeeping that Liquid need to do in these rounds in terms of denial here, and Martin's going to get an orb regardless.
Right place.
It doesn't, yeah, it doesn't opt for this one. It's not going to use it to open this one up. Still want to plant the seed of doubt.
Then saw that util up. That's quite nice. Oh, wait. Where did Glyph
Now
find
Martin's
that?
got the orb.
Yeah, now I'm a bit more concerned, but as it stands, Martin is starting to clear house, and he is just let off the leash. 2 kills, eyes up a third, doesn't have the time left on the ult, but it's on Purpo and it's on Nats. That is all they've got to play with here. And Starzo, Martin and Mini are within touching distance now.
A comfortable hold back towards main, just want to force the hand of Liquid. allow that pressure to really build on these two. Martin ready with a flash as well off this first tap.
There it is, turned, big kill, and it really just feels like sheer elation for Gentlemates after what was an incredibly tough run. To be able to do this in map 3 feels
There was no comeback.
unbelievable. And on the other side, of course, the lower bracket merchants feel their fate fall from them finally. This felt like a long time coming that they wouldn't be able to be so comfortable in that lower side, Mike, but reality still hitting hard.
What a time for Mates to find some form once more. Obviously, internal changes.
Yes.
Been the story of their stage one. Just talking about this coaching change, but overall going through this transitional period and finding form when they needed to most. What it was, I mean, to be outclassed in map 1 and come back like this.
Like this, yeah. Especially with the coaching changes.
Real resilience.
It does, and for Liquid, it's a tough loss. It was a tough route, and I think they've met opponents hitting their stride at the most unorthodox times. Vitality finally their form that was evading them for so long, and now Mates with a resurgence of Martin sitting at 23-5. They've not had an insane map. I mean, an insane series.
Series. Like I said, it's just the right time for Mates to find a bit of that magic we saw earlier on this year. Hopefully an indicator of things to come and an ability to really stabilize and get themselves back on track. That's got to be the theme going forward for this team. Still a lot of potential here, but certainly not out of the woods just yet.
Oh no. Job is not done for Gentlemates, but it's a reminder of what they can do. A chance for that potential to find its place once again. Speaking of find its place, I think Starzo's almost ready on the stage for the post-game interview. That's got to feel so damn good after a lot of criticism and a lot of eyes on this team. If they could do it, they certainly have today.
A sigh of relief after this series. You are the last remaining team that went to Master Santiago that is still competing for that spot in London. After just kicking out Liquid, that must feel incredible.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
Crazy.
A bit relief from our shoulders, you know. Been hard, tough times for us lately.
You guys are bouncing back. Something you said to me in the side interview earlier before this map started was you're going to make sure that everybody finds their confidence. You're going to make sure that you keep everybody in check, nobody goes out of the box. It's clearly worked. So I want to know, what did you say to them before you went into the map?
It's secret, but I kept them, you know, in check, you know. I make sure everyone is feeling good, you know. I felt like Martin was a little bit down after Ascent, you know. Maybe he didn't have a great showing in his head. I make sure he's feeling comfortable, he's well, you know. You could see the defense and fracture that he made for us, you know. I'm really grateful for him.
That was an incredible defense. You guys were playing so aggressive, and it was paying off time and time again. How do you get into a position where you know as the IGL that kind of gamble of going aggressive is going to pay off? How do you make that call?
I think it's just the feeling, you know. You have a feeling how Liquid plays, you know, like this was kind of feeling like from Pearl in Santiago against them, I think, right? So we felt how they're playing, what is their playstyle on Fracture. They didn't change at all, you know. We felt like we don't need to change anything, you know. They couldn't find adaptation to how we were moving on the map, how we were fighting everywhere, so that's it.
So the experience from that global event to go against Liquid has now really paid off here on VCT, which puts you still in the running, you're still in playoffs, you still have that global ticket too. But before we also head into that, I would also like to ask about the coaches in terms of how that change has been. We're seeing the performance coach. Clearly that's had a very positive impact in this series. What would you like to say about that?
I mean, the coach change was very sudden, you know. I don't want to go into details, you know. I think we keep it for ourselves for now. About performance coach, mental coach, you know, Chris, me know him very well, you know. I worked with him on Ascension last year in Job Life. That's when I shined the best, you know. My stats were like incredible in Ascension. I think a lot of that was thanks to Chris, you know. We bring him there like a week ago, I think. Already could feel the difference between the players, you know. Everyone kind of started getting along back together because after Santiago, This kind of missed, you know. Everyone kind of went their own way. Like we kind of disappeared as a team because of the changes and stuff, you know. Like it's not easy time, especially for rookies and stuff. So it's really important to have mental coach with you because like it can make huge difference. About coach, here he's doing amazing job. I was a bit struggling on attack lately, but with the yearly change now, like he kind of made my confidence come back. I'm a bit more stronger right now. I'm shooting better, not like on the split, but on last 2 months was much better. So for now, I'm really proud, you know, and really thankful.
And you should be. Hopefully you carry that confidence into your next match because you have Eternal Fire next. How are you feeling about that one?
It's gonna be a good one, you know. Like we know each other since a little bit, you know. There was some trash talk here and there. You know, let's see tomorrow, you know. Let's see.
You wanna get into the mood already? You wanna say something, or you gonna wait for tomorrow?
Let's wait for tomorrow.
All right, I'm gonna ask maybe the same question tomorrow then. Thank you so much, and once
Thank
again,
you.
congratulations on the win here. We're gonna be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. But before we leave, we're gonna leave you with the Razor end of day highlights. Enjoy them. We'll see you tomorrow.
ये वाला सीन हो गया खत्म। मतलब मैं लाइव लगी थी चलो लग रहा था इसको आज के लिए हो गया। आज के लिए रोज बंद कर देते हैं इसको। It was a good day। कितना सेल हो गया? 8,000 का सेल हो गया। चलिए अच्छा ही है। सेल समय इन्वेस्ट करेंगे। सेव करके देन क्विट करते हैं। प्लीज इट्स ऑन करते हैं। लंबा स्किप कर लिया आज। इट वाज अ फन फर्स्ट मजा आया। कल से थोड़ा PUBG PC खेलेंगे, ठीक है? We'll try to focus on PUBG PC for a while. आज का मुझे कोई सब कुछ ठीक है?